once the girls made themselves as comfortable as it was possible under the floorboards. 6 started noticing how cold it was. Though the nest was heated, warmth couldn't reach these hideouts, and now the girl wasn't moving, which didn't help at all. She hugged her knees as a sad attempt to warm herself up. 6 threw an envious glance at the stranger. She had a raincoat. It was definitely warmer than a t-shirt and shorts. But the girl wasn't stupid either. Having caught her glance, she looked at the ally with warm reproach, irritating 6 further. But before she could express it, the stranger unbuttoned her raincoat and took half of it off, allowing the girl to wear the other one. She looked at her, confused, but was grateful for the gesture. Briefly nodding, the girl put her arm in a sleeve, having to cuddle closer to her ally. 6 wasn't thrilled, but at least it was warmer. The stranger was running her fingers through her hair, even though it was braided. It was probably her way of calming down, rather than brushing her hair. Just as 6 was getting used to unfamiliar closeness and starting to enjoy the silence, which meant no monsters were nearby, the girl interrupted it. "We will live better." "Huh?" "Once we escape, we will live better." "And what's next?" "Say, you escape. What's next?" "Well, we can do whatever we want. Visit mountain hills, the ones we saw through the window, or swim at the sea. I've always wondered how it was there, at the sea, on the waves. And what's the taste of that water?" Okay. "We might even survive till the transmission stops working. We'll watch the regrets from our shining star and understand it wasn't in vain." "And where did the star come from?" "That's a metaphor, isn't it obvious?" Ugh. Have you read books of that painted or what? Explain normally. I'm speaking figuratively, just comparing the safe place, island of happiness, with a shining star. I see. Your dreams will shatter you. The girl opened her mouth as if wanting to object, but said nothing. 6 turned away from her as much as possible and tried to settle down. The stranger stroked her hair, making her flinch, and said both softly and sadly, "Good night, girl." That was their first and last conversation. As soon as morning came, their escape continued, and there wasn't time for talking anymore. Now even 6 regretted she didn't get to know her better. The girl was looking down the cliff, where there were still circles on the water, but the raincoat was surfacing already. A naive, "Maybe it's not too late," flashed in her head, making her climb down to the water. It was. 6 understood that, seeing rocks poking through the water, there wasn't a chance any of them survived the fall. She reached for the raincoat, but abandoned this idea quite soon. Going there wasn't worth it. One little slip, and you're a barbecue. At some point, 6 found herself thinking that the girl with the braid did fulfill all her wishes. She visited a cliff, swam at the sea, though not even as remotely as she wanted. What else was there? A shining star, huh? The stars were just starting to appear at the sky. It seemed to 6 there was one more today. How ironic! You went from a shining star to a falling one. How easily you fell from grace when you did what you had done. Too bad for you. That shining star will forever fall.